Guys, so today for dinner I am going to be making an oven roasted potato and Brussels sprout hash, and we're going to have poached eggs and some sausage with it. It's going to be super yummy, and I figured I would film exactly how I do this. This is a meal that I love to do as often as possible, but it can be a little time constraining because frankly, I'm just not very good at frying potatoes. They never get, like making a traditional hash in a skillet, they just never get crispy the way I want them to or anything like that. So what I'm doing to start off with is prepping the Brussels sprouts. I'm taking the outer leaves off. If they have any blemishes, like we have some little black spots on here, cut that off. Cutting the little woody nub off, and just slicing them in half, just like that. Drop them in a big bowl. You can really do this any way you want, anything you like in a hash. You can do it with sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes, but we have white potatoes today, so that is what we're gonna do. Any super loose leaves, just take them off. One fell off in here. You want all of your vegetables to be the same size so that they cook. Especially since they're all really similarly dense vegetables, you want them to cook at the same time. So you really want to make sure that your Brussels sprouts, that you're cutting them to the right, all about the same size. Really, that's simple enough. Brussels sprouts, and when you get by them like this, typically they're about all the same size. Every now and then you might have a giant one like this. And I'm just going to pull some leaves off to make sure that he gets down to about the right size. So we're going to dice up all the vegetables that you like in a hash. We're going to dice up the tomatoes, chop the Brussels sprouts. He's got a little wonky leaf. I'm going to take that off. And we're going to be drizzling it with olive oil and any of your favorite spices. I never cook without, obviously, salt and pepper and onion powder, garlic powder, paprika. Those are my go-to, must-have, can't live without spices. I literally put them in everything. I put that spice blend in my omelets. Anything savory, it goes in. Those are just, it's salt and pepper to me. Like, that is just the extended version of salt and pepper. You salt and pepper everything. I also garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika everything, because you cannot go wrong with all of those spices. They're the perfect blend. Now I have rinsed and I'm cutting the potatoes. I'm going to use, I think, about 3. I used a whole bag, so like one of the microwavable bags from Aldi's. I tell you, I love that place. A pound of Brussels sprouts and 3, decent sized. I think these are russet potatoes. Just slicing them lengthwise and doing a little slice on down. Trying to keep them about the same size as the Brussels sprouts. It'll do. And then I'm putting them all in the same bowl. That way it's going to be easier to toss with the olive oil and the seasoning. So slice this up here. And let me go get those seasonings. Unfortunately, I just realized that I do not have olive oil. So we're going to be using vegetable oil. Clearly I haven't been keeping up with my pantry list and all of that. So, a little drizzle of oil here. You don't want a ton, but you do want everything to be nice and shiny. Just that shiny coating of oil. That way it all gets nice and crispy and roasted. It's going to be delicious. Here we go. And our spices, we have onion powder. Let's see, yes, it is open. Not opened well, though. I love onion powder. If I were doing this in a skillet, I would obviously be sauteing the onions, but we're going to go the spice route and use onion powder here. I would also, if doing that, toss in fresh garlic, but I'm currently out of fresh garlic. I used it all up, it is very difficult for me to keep onion and garlic in this house because as soon as I have it, I use it. My favorite spices, here's the paprika. My absolute favorite paprika is fresh smoked paprika that I bought once from a farmer's market. And it was incredible. Oh my goodness. It smelled good. It made everything just taste amazing. I'll do a few more things of black pepper, but not very much. One of the few things that my kids do not like very much would be black pepper. And I've lost my sea salt shaker. So here we go. Stir that all together, get a really nice coating. Oh, it already smells so good. And it's not even cooking yet. And you know how once it starts cooking and all those smells just start to blend, it just tastes amazing. There we go. Look at that, all coated and beautiful, ready to get in the pan and start roasting. So sort of last minute, I decided I was going to go ahead and chop up my sausage, and I also diced up some bell peppers that I had in the refrigerator. So bell peppers, and as you can see, little half moons of the sausage. I've tossed it all together here. Made sure that everything is really well coated with the oil and the seasonings, and now I'm going to pour it into this pan. Unfortunately, I need a little bit bigger of a pan. The best pan to roast vegetables in would be a metal one with a really short, probably like half of the height of the wall, because you don't want everything piled up on top of each other, because then it's going to steam and it's going to get mushy. So what I may do here is spread this out. As you can see, I have it spread out on the sheet here. And yes, I'm going to bring out one more baking sheet, spread the other half on that baking sheet. Make sure it's metal. Try not to use the glass because the metal is going to conduct the heat a whole lot better into the vegetables. So I'm going to layer those out, put them both on the same rack in the oven, about 400 degrees. Hey guys, so it's all done. It was in the oven for maybe about 20 to 30 minutes. As you can see, we got some nice little dark crunchy bits. It's delicious. I'm serving it here with some soft boiled eggs because you know that egg yolk is going to taste so good, and it's going to look good too. So if y'all try this recipe, just let me know, and I hope y'all have a great day.